A whole bunch of polls this year found that large numbers of Democratic voters want to see someone challenge President Joe Biden for the party's nomination in 2024. Well, now Democratic Congressman Dean Phillips is giving people their wish. He's telling our Robert Costa that he is indeed getting into the presidential race in a TV exclusive. Bob, good morning. Why is he doing it?
Good morning, Tony. Well, Congressman Phillips said his decision was driven by his fear that President Biden could lose to former President Donald Trump, and he's also asking other Democrats to consider getting in the race.
Are you running for president?
I am. I have to.
Congressman Dean Phillips, a Minnesota Democrat, is launching a bid for the White House. Even he calls a long shot, taking on an incumbent president he still praises.
I think President Biden has done a spectacular job for our country, but it's not about the past. This is an election about the future.
Phillips, a 54-year-old former business executive, believes President Biden is on pace to lose to former President Donald Trump and needs to be challenged for the Democratic nomination.
I will not sit still. I will not be quiet in the face of numbers that are so clearly saying that we're going to be facing an emergency next November.
Recent CBS News polling shows a Biden-Trump rematch would be a jump ball politically, and that only a third of voters are sure Biden would finish a second term. Biden maintains he is fit to serve.
Are you with me in this fight?
Do you believe President Biden's age is a factor in your decision to run?
I think it's time for a new generation. I think it's time to pass the torch. And I say now. I think the time is now, because I think 4 years from now, it might be too late.
Phillips is the first sitting lawmaker to take on Biden, joining Marianne Williamson running against the president in the Democratic race. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Cornel West, who have followings on the left, are running as independents.
I'm a proud Democrat, and if I'm not the nominee, I will give it my all, just as much as I intend to give my own campaign to whoever that nominee is.
We met Phillips, an heir to the Phillips liquor fortune, who helped later expand Talenti Gelato at a home he owns in Virginia.
They say in Washington, if you want a good friend, you get a good dog. And I got two.
In Congress, he has cast himself as a centrist suburban Democrat.
We should work together, Democrats and Republicans.
And while he is the latest Democrat to join the presidential race, he hopes he's not the last.
Do you believe that your candidacy could soften the ground for others to get in?
I hope it does. I know it's rare for somebody entering this arena to actually invite competition, but we need it.
Today, Phillips will be in New Hampshire to officially file to be on the ballot there. He will then kick off a bus tour, but he does face enormous hurdles logistically and politically in the weeks ahead, including making the ballot in other states and skepticism from many Democrats. Back to you all.
Bob, he showed us that he's got at least two friends. I'm sure he has more than that. Does he have a campaign staff? Does he have a following?
It's going to be an uphill climb for him. He hopes because President Biden has decided not to be on the ballot in New Hampshire, he'll have a chance to get some traction there. But as they say, and he said in this interview, if you need a friend in Washington, stick with the dog.
Yeah. They do give you unconditional love.
But when the family's in the liquor and ice cream business, you got more than two friends. You got a lot of friends.
You're right about that. All right, Bob, thank you so much.